let's talk about the imported drugs. You mentioned that the duties and, of course, the taxes are making it quite expensive. But I know that during the 2016 manifesto of the NPP, they mentioned that they were going to, I'm trying to find it. So it says, abolishing the 17.5% VAT on imported medicines not produced in the country. So that's something that they promised they would do. So how come that we're still having high cost of medicines imported?
Okay, thank you. The VAT, I think the regime is still in place, but apart from VAT, there are other taxes you pay. And as we all know, the basic duty is also calculated in dollars. So since the dollar goes up, the dollar is the reference or the benchmark that is used in calculating. So the other ones that you pay, they will all go up. Then also the port charges, they also goes up as by the day or
and
by
the duties
the
are
time.
also paid in dollars.
The duties are paid in cedis, but they are calculated with the reference, then it's converted to the cedi. So that is it. But to add to what Leo said, the issue about the chronic ailments is it becomes part of you. So if you have about 3 or 4 such medications and you have to buy them every month, then it's part of your budget. You need to carry it along.
If you're on pension, if you're on retirement, you cannot depend on your children that much. You don't have any much income coming through. You're depending on your, what do you call that thing? Your retirement money that comes in, your pension money. How do you survive?
Miracle.
Yeah.
Miracle?
So that means if you are taking home around 2,000 cedis a month on your pension
as a retiree,
that which is sometimes unlikely, then about almost 20 to 30% of that money is going into drugs alone. Utility bills, a quarter of it.
I want to understand something. Since it's in the industry, I know that, for example, the likes of the big farmers, NS chemists, and all that they've set up. In the industry, is it cheaper to produce here or to bring it down?
Currently, I know government is supporting the big farmers, as you are talking about, to produce the commonly used ones like the anti-malarials and the antibiotics.
Because it's not every medicine that can be produced.
Yes, it's not every medicine that can be produced. For those ones, I would say it's for them it's relatively cheaper to get them here. As I was explaining to David, when it comes to medications, we have various, let me put it this way, classes. We have the innovator drugs.
Meaning
these are the big pharma companies out there that put money into research.
Millions.
To discover a drug, tens of millions. And after the drug comes, they are giving some patents, let's say 10, 15 years. Then after the knowledge is made available for the generics to also be manufactured. So those products are quite expensive because of the amount of investment. Then it comes to the generics. The generics, you can get them around 50% or lower of the innovator price.
Okay, so that's sometimes you can go to a pharmacy. Then a box of para will be, I nearly mentioned a brand.
So let's say 2 cedis.
It will be.
But another brand will be.
My brand is 20 cedis.
Okay.
But the last time I was shocked that a para can cost us 2 Ghana cedis.
Oh yes.
So meaning that the efficacy of the 20 cedis will be higher than the 2 cedis.
Definitely.
Yes, most likely.
Definitely. It's almost like that's what it is.
Because last week, for instance, I have an auntie. She's on Celecoxib. The original brand is there. So I wanted to get the UK generic because of affordability, but I couldn't get. So I called her and said, let me buy you the original brand. And actually, I didn't check. It was just 10 tablets, and I bought it at the same price I bought the 30 tablets of the UK generic.
How much was the UK generic?
100 cedis.
And the 30? One of the 30 capsules or tablets?
No, that is the 100 cedis.
That's the 100.
And the other one?
150 for 10 tablets.
Wow.
Yes,
because that is the innovator brand.
Wow.
The reason why I brought in that angle is that what I've noticed with the pharmacists is that, and I don't know how you can speak to that, some of them, they don't even quote the originals for you. You know, because sometimes when they give you the price, they can glean from your reaction. And it's just like even condoms. If you want 2 cedi, you can get. So that was the first day I learned that apparently the medicines, they are classes.
Oh, they are classes. They are classes. They're great. They're great in there.
There are some people, they are not getting well, not because they are not taking medication. No. The efficacy of the thing they are taking.
Because and sometimes they look at your appearance and then they will just code some figures to you. So I mean, this is what I do. When I get there, I want some antibiotics. They will say, 180 seems me patch on PDF.
No, but therefore, no, a better area. A better area, area in them. Which I said, but let's do this. So, back to that question, because it was part of my questions, where we were asking which is cheaper, imported drugs or locally manufactured ones. Let's talk about, let's say, something for stomach ache, okay, which is the common one. There are tracilicates, for example. I know that you know there are imported medicines in terms of tracilicates, and there are ones that are produced locally. Now,
which I do.
It's again.
Which I do.
You produce your own locally manufactured tracilicates. MMT. Now, this MMT, the raw materials ought to be imported.
Yeah.
Tell us about it. So, importing it, producing the tracilicates.
And you buying
it. Let's do some comparisons here.
Oh, it's still relatively cheaper.
Okay.
To manufacture.
Okay.
Here.
Okay.
But then it's been going up to by the day.
Which one has been going up? The raw material?
Yes.
So let's do it. How much is the raw material right now? The powder, for example.
Okay, let's take an ingredient of MMT. Somewhere late last year or early this year was 1,500. That is the light magnesium carbonate.
Okay.
Currently, the cheapest you can get is 1,900.
Before it was 1,000 what?
500.
1,500. Now it's 1,900.
That is the cheapest. Yesterday, somebody was quoting 2,100 for me.
Dollars?
No, cedis. If I want the bag, that is a 25 kilo bag.
So that's like 50%.
So tell me this: how are people coping? When people come, for example, to the pharmacy, and they have been given prescriptions from a doctor to come and buy some medicines, when they come with their prescriptions, because most of the time when you go to the pharmacy at the hospital and the doctor is giving a prescription, it's normally not one medicine. It's about 2, 3, or 4, depending on the condition you took to the hospital. When people come and present the prescription to you, and then you mention the drugs, or you put the drugs together and then you give them the figure, what would you say normally are the reactions and responses?
Shock. And you could see, as we were discussing, let's say if you enter my shop, I know you, or even looking at your appearance, I can give you the options.
Okay.
But sometimes, most of the time, if we look at your reaction and it's one that you can't afford, we give you the options. Usually prescriptions comes 2 weeks, 15 days, some come even 1 week, 15 days, 1 month, and sometimes 2 months.
If I get it correctly, what you're saying is that 1 week,
the duration of
you're supposed to take it for 1 week.
1 week.
Or you're supposed to take it for like 1 month.
Yes, some can even be 3 days.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So we do the calculation, we realize you can't afford. We can give you the options. Since it's 2 weeks, why don't you buy 1 week if you can afford? Then after 1 week, you come and buy the other 1 week. Yes. You go and work hard and find money to top up.
No, the big to be and it's also 1 week.
But are people generally able to afford? So if they are given 10 prescriptions,